absolutely, thank you so much for staying with us. Welcome back. My good name is Manasseh. Good morning. This is the first conversation. And if you don't know how to find us, we are streaming live on our X at Y254 channel. There's a link right there. On Instagram is Y254 channel. Personally, mine is at Manasseh Online. In this conversation, we are going to delve deeper into matters tech-forward business solutions. As a startup, as an SME, how can you venture into that digital space and actually, hack visibility? Literally, most SMEs from startups and any other already established franchises are already moving to the digital space. But now there's need for you to have a website. So how do you hack massive online presence, but then in a world of AI, and its other new forms as well, and emerging technology, from social marketing to email marketing to many other interesting stuff that are happening in the world of the digital space. How do you hack, once again, digital presence? And also, do you need a website? Of course you do. And to actually add heavy insights to this, we are going to chat with Manasseh Adina. He's a web developer and a digital marketer, and he has an interesting story as well. So come close to your TV. Good morning, great to meet you, Manasseh.
Good morning, Brian.
Yeah, you have an interesting story about how you finished high school and then you are battling whether to study something that's computer related and not. Please, it's an interesting story. Go ahead.
So, so I'm done with high school. KCC results are out. I have a C+. And my mother asks me, what do you want to do in campus? And I told her I have to do a course in computer. If it doesn't have IT, siendi shule. And I remember when we did the first application, I didn't get in, so I had to do a revision. And at that point, my mom was like, "So you just go and try something else." I told her, "I'm staying in this house if it's not IT related." So I got into ZTech eventually with BBT. And I did the course, very interesting. It was a good course, because it was in line with my passion for computers and technology. Then when I got to my third year, so I had a mentor. I still have him, and in one of the days when I was visiting him, in his house he keeps a library of books. So one of the books is a book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. So you know how TikTok is with all this AI and adapting to consumers' needs. So I started seeing Robert's videos on TikTok. Then coincidentally, I see the book in my mentor's library. And so I'm like, hii ni Mungu amenitumia. So I borrowed the book, read the book, and when I finished reading the book, one of the things I picked up from the book was, don't work for money, work to learn. Okay?
Which is a difficult thing to face in this modern day age.
So that was the first thing. So ask myself, I have this IT stuff. How can I learn? Okay? And ask my mentor, do you know anyone who has a company or a business that deals with IT that I can go out there and just learn how the IT world works out there? And he told me, I have a guy, let me talk to him. So the guy is now my director, my tech director. It's called Brian Wamiori, namesake.
Shout out.
Shout out to Brian. So we met with Brian, and I got interviewed. I failed the interview, but still got the job.
Disappointment on one. So what year was this?
This was 2023. 2023. Why I say I failed the interview is because we were in Art Cafe, and I was asked, you see, Art Cafe has some printings of the menu on the wall. And Brian asked me, if I were to tell you to design this menu that you're seeing here, what tool will you use? How will you do the process? Okay? And I told him point blank, I will not do it because I don't know. Yet. But I think Brian saw something in me, and he saw, let's give this guy an opportunity. Because for me, it was all about learning. I acknowledge the fact that I didn't know anything. Despite having studied BBT and all that, I'm asked a question about graphic design. I have not studied graphic design in my course. Okay? I have built websites using HTML, CSS, and I'm sure that's what every tech guy studies in campus. Computer science, IT, BBT, they all do that. But unfortunately, that doesn't work in the real world. Okay? So when I met Brian, I faced reality. I faced the reality that I don't know anything.
And so that's when your learning started.
Yes, that's when my learning started.
So you became a web developer and then digital marketer.
Not quite.
What happened first? Yeah.
First, so the company is called Digital for Africa. They took me in as an intern.
Right.
Graphic design intern. Because when you read those things, graphic design is at it has a shorter learning span. I mean, it's quite easy to start with that. Because the rest are a bit more
interacting with the tools and creating the graphics templates, and that includes Canva, and design. Yeah.
So DIFWE, we call it DIFWE Digital for Africa. So DIFWE took me as a graphic design intern. I did 1 month with them, and in this 1 month, they loved my work, and so they extended my contract. So for the 1 month was just internship. After that, they gave me a 3 months contract as a graphic design. A graphic designer, sorry. And I started working with now real clients. There was an insurance agency that I first worked with. So doing their posters that would be posted on social media platforms, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook. So I'm designing posters. I'm designing the posters, a bit of videos, and then I'm posting them on social media. So now I'm doing graphic design and social media managing. Okay, I did that for I did it for the 3 months. They renewed my contract. So within these 3 months, the company Digital for Africa offers digital marketing training, sales and marketing training, corporate training. So when clients came in to pay for to attend a sales training, because I'm an employee, I had the luxury to attend the training for free. So I did a sales training. Then after that, the next cohort for digital marketing training came in. I again had the opportunity to sit in that training for digital marketing. Okay. Then we also offer WordPress web development trainings. Again, clients came in to take the training. Mimi huyo done.
Took up the plunge.
So remember, for me, what's in my mind is I want to learn. I want to learn. I want to learn. So any opportunity that comes with learning
is a learning opportunity for you to go into it. So when did you now become a web developer and a digital marketer?
I became a web developer 6 months after I got into Digital for Africa.
Same year, 2023.
Same year, 2023. So after around 6 months, I had already gotten my first contract as a web developer. I had already built my end of year, my 4th year project. I built it with WordPress. It's called Gumzo.
It interesting name.
So I built that for my project, and then I got so after finishing the web development training that I've just mentioned, 2 clients came in. One was a cleaning company, so they clean buildings and offices around Nairobi. Then the other one was a circle. You know, like the way there are these circles, like for example, Steamer Circle. So this was also a circle that came in. And when it did come in, we only had 3 developers in the company. Brian, as I've mentioned, my colleague, who's now an operation manager, and myself. So Brian's desk was already full. My colleague, on the other hand, also his desk was full. I'm open. But remember, I have just stepped into that role, and these are real clients. I have never built a website for a client. My CEO, Francis, told me, this is baptism by fire. The quickest way for you to learn this thing is for you to jump into the deep pool, the deep end. You either die trying or you learn how to swim. So by die trying, you know, that's being, I'm sorry, thank you for your services, but we no longer require you. The other side is you've done a good job. So I built 2 websites at the same time as a beginner.
And were they functional? And
they are still functional, up to date.
You said it was a cleaning company.
Company and a circle.
The circle,
So unfortunately, because of content, I cannot mention the actual names.
Thank you for that part.
But they are there. So that's how I got into web development.
And you became an expert. Right now, you've been practicing for how long?
I'm now in my 3rd year.
This is your 3rd year.
This is my 3rd year.
You're almost clocking 5 years becoming an expert, on your journey to an expert. But thanks for sharing your journey now. Let's move now to the interesting world of website development, from apps again. But then the interesting part is most companies actually right now, from startups to SMEs and anyone who has a business idea, their concern is how can I get visibility online, and that again touches back to the need for a website. So maybe what do you think is pushing most startups to venture into getting a website and seeking services for experts like you? But that this guy is only 23 years old, for that month.
So I'll give an example as a demonstration. So this is an iPhone. Let's say I want to buy an iPhone.
Right.
Okay. The first starting point would be go on Google, search where to buy an iPhone in Nairobi. Okay. Or go to TikTok and search iPhone shops in Nairobi. Or go to Instagram and do the same search. iPhone, how much does, this is an iPhone X, how much does an iPhone X cost?
Yeah.
So the platform doesn't matter, but at the end of the day, a customer has an intention to buy, okay? And they'll choose their preferred platform. So Gen Zs would go to TikTok, Instagram. Millennials, maybe Instagram, Google.
Yeah.
And then wale wengine wauko juu Facebook. You get?
Yeah.
So why I would definitely recommend every business owns a website is the starting point would be a search. And when you make that search on Google, everything that comes out is a website.
Yeah.
Or a social media platform. Nothing else.
Yeah. And that goes in the search engine.
Exactly.
Optimization part
Exactly.
as well.
Exactly. So now that's where now search engine optimization comes in. So
Right.
SEO, search engine optimization, is basically you as a business trying to make Google discover and understand what you have, and then Google offer your product or service to customers. So you can imagine if you don't have a website, Google doesn't know you. So if customers come to Google and search where to buy an iPhone in Nairobi, you will not be found. You're basically relying on walk-ins. So somebody walks into your shop, or maybe referrals. And in 2025, that's a dangerous way to do business, especially in Nairobi. Okay.
Yeah.
So when you look at, there's a report that we normally have. I don't know if I'm allowed to just
quickly
do that quickly on my phone. So there's a report we normally give out on our website, Digital for Africa. It's called State of Digital, State of Kenya Digital 2020, so per the year. So in 2024, with a population, an estimate population of 55 million, 66.04 million users are on the internet. So you can imagine 66.04.
That's a good population.
Those are registered mobile connections.
That is for Kenya?
Yes, for Kenya. This is for Kenya. Then internet users, so mobile connections, that means people with mobile devices.
Yeah, people who can access the internet.
Yeah, no, people who have mobile devices. They could either be smartphones or bulikamwizi.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. Then internet users, 22.71 million. Internet users. Then social media users, an average of about 13 million. So if your business does not have a social media platform, if your business does not have a website, you're losing access to about 30 million users. How many people do you need for you to break even in a year? How many people do you need to buy a product from your business?
Actually, who is your target audience? That's another interesting question.
So that is why if you're watching this, go get a website. Get a website, get social media platforms. Start creating content.
Now, maybe what happens in the making of a website quickly that is efficient, interactive, and I'd say also mobile friendly, because most websites, there's those you click on it, maybe it's not working on the phone, and maybe you're redirected to some sort of like a PC.
Most government websites.
There you go.
So technology has advanced, and as I mentioned, what we study in campus is HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So this is I'm speaking to developers, okay? But this also connects to business owners. So as a business owner, you can go and contract or hire a guy to build for your website with those languages, something called HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, okay? Or you can take the modern approach, which is using a content management software or content management system. So these are things like WordPress, Wix, those kinds of technologies. I would recommend using WordPress. And here's why. First of all, WordPress is the new technology in web development. Okay, so you see, we're having new things like AI coming in. We're moving from the old traditional ways of doing things. So let's adopt new ways of building websites. Let's adopt WordPress. I know there are arrays of different CMS. As I've mentioned, there's WordPress, there's Wix. I would recommend WordPress because WordPress is open source. That means it's free to use. Okay.
Open source.
Yes. So if you're a beginner in web development, you don't need to invest a lot of money for you to build a website.
Yeah.
If you're a business owner and you want to set up your own website, you don't need to spend a lot of money to get it up and running. WordPress is free. You get. That's one. Two, WordPress is very easy to use as compared to Wix. It's simple. It's made for people who don't want to bombard themselves with coding and all those things.
Yeah.
So even if you've never stepped into a class of coding, you can build a fully functional website with WordPress. You get.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, however, the challenge is inside WordPress, there are a couple of things that move around. There are a couple of objects that play around. Okay. We have themes, we have templates, we have something called page builders. So it can be a little bit confusing.
Right.
Okay. So if you are a developer and you want to learn how to build a WordPress website, of course there are resources like YouTube, Udemy that you can go and learn from them. But as I mentioned, Digital for Africa, we do offer a WordPress training. So this is something you can come on board. We'll show you how to build those websites like we have done. Okay. If you're a business owner and you're looking for a website, you can come to Digital for Africa. We'll build for your website.
Okay.
So examples of businesses that we have built for websites in Kenya. One of them is, we have built websites for top corporate law firms. Of course, again, because of that, I cannot mention them.
Yeah, sure.
We have built e-commerce platforms for guys selling beverages, alcohol drinks.
Yeah.
We have built a data portal for a textile industry, a textile business. So these guys are trying to put in data and information in one place where foreign investors can come in and understand how the textile industry in Kenya works.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've remembered something. Maybe for like a startup, somebody who, I think it happens a lot in campus where a student gets this business idea, they want to start hawking yogurt or hawking food. Does such a person need a website?
Yes and no. It depends with their goal.
So they must have a goal in mind.
You must have a goal in mind.
Why do you want to have a website as well?
Yes.
Are your clients on the website?
So you see, what I would recommend is, first of all, understand, there's something you mentioned, target audience. Start from there. Who's your target audience? Who are you selling to? Okay? Because you can build a website and your target audience is on social media. Or you can go and do content on social media, like TikTok, but your target audience are on Google and LinkedIn. So utakuta you're putting in a lot of efforts, but you're not getting a return on your investment. So start by understanding who's your target audience.
Yeah.
You get.
Right.
Then from there, now, find out where does your target audience spend their time in. And then now, choose an option. Choose either a website or choose social media platform.
Yeah.
Okay.
But still all the same can merge at the
You can all, you at the end of the day, you'll still need both. Because for example, if you're going to sell like yogurts, or maybe even you want to sell these books, maybe you're doing stationaries because you're in campus, your friends like cute diaries, like fancy stationaries. You can build an e-commerce platform.
Right. So
we have corporate websites, a service-based website and a product-based website. So the one that
service-based and product-based.
So the one that sells a product is called an e-commerce website. So you build an e-commerce website with WordPress. And then you go, so as a Gen Z, you go to TikTok, create an account on TikTok and Instagram. Then create videos and post them on your TikTok channel, showcasing your product. So you record the product and all that, you showcase it, you post it on TikTok. And then once you start getting traffic, you use the e-commerce platform to now convert and sell. Because you see, the beauty with an e-commerce platform is you don't need to be actively there telling customers, this book costs 500 shillings.
Yeah, all the details are there.
Yeah, exactly. They can come in, add the product to a cart, check out, pay the money automatically through M-Pesa, because that's the most popular payment method in Kenya. Make the payment, you get a notification on your phone that so-and-so has bought this product. They are in this location, so send a rider to make the delivery.
I'm actually thinking about somebody who's selling fish. Maybe they want to have an interactive website. So maybe what are the features you'd say the quality, or let's say excellent features of an interactive and efficient website of somebody who is selling fish, for example, a fish vendor, or maybe she's already even smoking the fish already and frying them. If you were to click on that website, what if, because I know you are the judge, eh? So if you click on it, what would you say these features are really fantastic and this website is efficient and user-friendly?
First thing, top of the list is performance. So I'll break down performance into speed.
Performance, speed.
Speed and user experience. So by speed, if I find your website and I click on the link and it takes me like 5 minutes for the first image to load, I am not proceeding. As soon as it loads, I will wait for it to load so that I can confirm that this is a bad website, and then I exit. Okay. So faster loading times or loading speeds, very important. That's the first metric. Second metric is customer experience. You know, we build these things, these platforms, these websites, these social media platforms. We create them for our customers. So if the platform does not serve a customer according to the expectations, if it doesn't satisfy them, then it fails. So I have come on the website, I need to buy fish. Let's say I have an event, I need to place an order of 50 fish. So when I get to the website, first of all, I'd want it to load as fast as possible. Once it loads, I would want to quickly understand, how do I place an order? Okay, I know what I want. I want tilapia. I want 50 pieces of tilapia. Can I get to those tilapia as quickly as possible? And to make you understand this, I'll use a supermarket as an example. You walk into Quickmart, you already know you've gone there to buy a loaf of bread. Would you start with the upstairs or would you start with the ground floor? So every human being knows if you're looking for a loaf of bread, equal ground floor. We already know that. Okay. So I know I would find it somewhere maybe towards the extreme end where the pastries are. So I'd want to walk there. And when I get to that point, I love Broadways. I love Broadways white. So I'm looking for Broadways white. Where is Broadways white? I've seen Broadways white is there. How much is it? Can I see the cost quickly? Oh, it's 65 shillings. I'll pick the Broadways, put it in my cart, walk back to the counter and pay for my bread and walk away. But if I walk there and first of all, I'm getting lost, I can't even find where the loaves of bread are. There's no one inside the supermarket to guide me, so I'm annoyed and frustrated. Once I eventually find them, I can't find my Broadways. Or if there's Broadways, there's only brown Broadways. There's no white Broadways. Okay? And if I see it, there's no price tag. So now the product is there, but I don't know how much it costs. I don't want to go through the embarrassment of getting to the counter and I don't have enough money to buy the loaf of bread. So if you can visualize this customer experience and put it in your website, when customers walk in, they know what they want, they can find what they want, they can see how much it costs, they can smoothly add it to their cart, and when they're checking out, M-Pesa isn't hanging, or when they put in their credit card details, it's not throwing in a bunch of errors.
Images are not loading.
Yes, images
or even
are not
the graphics
loading.
are not interactive.
Exactly. So imagine you're selling flowers, for example. Your website is selling flowers, and the quality of images you've used are very pixelated. They're very blurry, they're cropped poorly.
Or even overused.
Exactly, same image everywhere. You know, that throws a bad vibe for customers. And the thing with websites is, what most people don't understand is, this is how websites work. Google will record how customers are interacting with our website. How long are they spending time in that website? How far down are they scrolling on the website? Are they clicking on links? Are they moving through pages? Are they taking screenshots? Are they sending links to people? Sharing links or resources? Are they commenting? Okay.
Are they ranking?
Exactly.
Or rating
yes.
As well?
Okay. So they take all that because it's customer experience. They see this customer is very engaging, very interacting with this website. So this website is valuable. So let's push this website up. So that's how websites rank. Okay.
So it means there's boring websites as well?
Yes.
Because you click on a website and you'll be like, is this, something funny? But then you click on another one,
yes.
It's very interactive, it's welcoming.
Yes.
In fact, there's even montages of
yes.
beautiful ladies
yes.
and gents as well who are
yes.
saying, welcome to our website, this is what we are selling. Like it has multiple variety of icons from audio to video to text,
exactly.
all of it incorporated in
exactly.
icons. Yeah.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
It's all about satisfying the customers. You get that right, your website ranks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's actually, I believe maybe also the cost, because somebody would say, sasa nitapata wapi pesa za kujenga website, because websites are not cheap. Which is the most expensive website if you are to rank it in terms of pricing, maybe in US dollars from the ones you've built for clients as well? Is there a cheaper website?
Yeah.
Or let's say affordable and then expensive, if you were to say?
So yes, there are cheap websites. The expensive websites.
Well, what are the features of this cheaper website?
The thing with websites is it's all about functionality. So the cost of a service website that's maybe, let's say, an insurance agency that has home, about, contact, blog, and then they have like 3 insurance policy pages that they're starting with. So in total they have like about 10 pages in total. The cost of that website will be different from the cost of a website that is selling products, and that website has like 300 products. The cost will be different. Okay, so service websites would be a little bit affordable or less expensive as compared to e-commerce websites. And then there is the third category of portals. So data portals, those are quite expensive because you're dealing with a lot of systems, a lot of integrations, a lot of APIs, a lot of connections and all that. Okay, but in terms of costs,
approximately how much?
Approximately 2,000 USD.
That is for a cheaper or?
Yeah, that's for a cheap website.
2,000 US dollars is not cheap for a startup, somebody who's just envisioning to start a business, bro. For someone who is envisioning to start a business,
the price that I've given you is for corporate.
Oh, this is a corporate
yeah, that's for corporate websites. Okay.
Yeah.
For someone who's starting, you can get it done at something ranging at around 80,000 Kenya shillings. So I'll be about 800 USD, somewhere there. Okay. The thing is, what people tend to forget is, let's think about the value of a website. What's in it for me as a business when I have a website? What am I gaining?
And how is the customer going to interact with it?
Exactly.
Actually, that is my battle in my mind, because if I'm creating a website, of course you want people to click on it, interact, and extract info. Yeah.
When you build a website, a website isn't something. It's not something that you'll build today and then after 3 months you now switch it off. I built it, I ticked that box, now I'm good, I'm going on with my life. That's something that will exist for as long as your business exists.
Yeah. So there's need as well for upgrading and adding features?
Yes.
It's possible?
It's not possible, it's mandatory.
Mandatory, yes.
It's mandatory.
It's mandatory.
A website is alive, it's like a baby. Yeah,
it grows.
It grows. You give birth to it when you launch it. You have to keep nurturing it until it grows. And even when it goes past 18 years old as an adult, you still have to keep in contact with it and maintain it.
Yeah.
I'll give an example. In 2025, between January and now, I have seen and heard more than 3 businesses get hacked. So I was actually intrigued to hear that you guys are having cybersecurity as the next conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is something that we noticed. Websites are being hacked.
Yeah.
So when you build a website and you leave it there and you say it's there, it's good,
yeah,
it's going to get hacked. Yeah.
So it means there's need for security.
There's need for security.
And that's where the cybersecurity part comes. But I want us to talk about data, because
Yes.
I've also interacted with websites where if you want to communicate with at the back end, of course, there's a back end and now the front end for the user. They take you through boxes. There's chat boxes as well, where you sign up with your email and you put all your details there, and then maybe after some time they get back to you depending on whatever the product or the service the website offers. So how safe is the data at the back end, and maybe who is this person who's handling this data at the back end in terms of their data ethic frameworks as well? Does it mean they've been trained on how to handle data? Because we've also seen, you've mentioned of hacking. It's happening commonly a lot lately, even to banks. Somebody should be logged into a recent bank, they transferred this amount to another bank, and then they erased all the details untraceable. But yet there's people's data, that's constantly keep on being logged into, the frameworks. So how do you protect users' data as they click on the website at the back end?
So one of the, I'll talk of two ways that I've seen customers sharing their data on websites. So one of them is what you mentioned, through chat boxes. The second one is through forms. So forms on the website. Maybe there's a form in the contact page. You want a customer to reach out and give you their details so that you can assess what it is they need, and then call them back with a solution. Okay. So that data goes into the back end of the website. Okay. Now remember, I mentioned there are two ways of building websites. There is the traditional way of coding it with different files, different languages, and all those frameworks. And then now there are CMS platforms. So I'll speak with CMS platform because that's where I am. That's what I know. So with CMS platforms, for example, like WordPress, there are security features that are integrated into the website, because the only people who will access that information are the employees of that organization, and specifically the employees of the organization who have access to the back end of that website.
But then in terms of data friendliness, protection, how savvy are they? It could be just even a receptionist can, but I'm not saying receptionists because there's companies where receptionists actually handle, people's info. So do they have the ethical frameworks of handling, people's data? Imagine like you're logging onto a site that's requesting for your ID, your LinkedIn, your passwords, maybe to also another site you're running, or even your finances, maybe a bank account, So how safe is that when it's just at a PC up or at a reception, desk?
First of all, this is a business conversation. It's about an organization. So let's start from there. It's about, for example, Y254 as an organization. Have you trained your employees on how to handle data?
So there's need for companies to actually train employees on data safety and handling. Okay.
And I think that's also why we have the new Data Protection Act. That is very strict on how data is being handled and processed. Okay. So it's all about that sensitization. As an organization, have you sensitized your employees who are interacting with the website on how they should handle customer data? But in terms of security, coming from a tech side, what I can speak of is there are security features that exist that fortify that security for you.
For instance, on a website?
Yes, on a website.
Things like encryption?
Exactly.
Possible?
Yes. So, and this is something that even Google is very strict on it. There's something called an SSL certificate. So in your browsing, there's something called a URL bar. So there's always like a padlock that appears there. That padlock shows that that domain for that website is safe. So that's the first, most important, most basic security feature that every website needs to have. An SSL certificate. Without that, it's like you have opened business for hackers and everyone to just walk inside your website and do whatever they want. So that's the first thing. Second thing is we have features called two-factor authentication. So two-factor authentication, for example, as Manasseh, because my laptop handles websites for clients, that means I have access to different backends for different clients. I have created a two-factor authentication and linked it to my phone. So even if my password gets leaked and somebody accesses it, I have a two-factor authentication. You're only getting into my credentials with the 6-digit code, that constantly changes. You get? So these features are built to adapt to these things. And they're free. They're free features. You don't need to spend a lot of money to have them. So as a business owner or as a business that is handling customer data, take up these features.
Okay, I'm actually thinking about eCitizen that has millions of Kenyans who visit such a website here. It's a government website here. So I can imagine what happens on the other end, just in case something goes amiss. So it possibly means that they have a massive, well-guarded, secure database, But then also the question is, who owns this data? And also, what is the profile of the people who are handling, you know, people's data? Because I can imagine your IDs, your passport numbers and whatnot here. Like, let's say for like eCitizen, what are the security features that you'd say are on such a website that could prevent hackers and spamming and whatnot here?
So to give you a conclusive answer for that, I would have to check the eCitizen website, which as of now I don't even have access to the backend website of for eCitizen.
But roughly judging as an expert?
Yeah, so I will speak as a customer, as a user for the eCitizen website. It has an SSL certificate. Okay, the padlock I mentioned. And
on that URL?
Yes, on that URL is that padlock feature. So that means the website it's using the modern protection. We call it HTTPS. Second thing is, every time I log into my eCitizen account, they normally send an OTP, one-time password, to my mobile number. Okay, so that means every time I have to log into my eCitizen, I need my phone with me. So that they'll send a code to my phone, and then that code nitaingisha kwa eCitizen for me to be able to access.
Sometimes it's sent on mail, on number.
But for me, I prefer my phone.
Yes, mobile phone number.
My mobile phone. Okay. So those are the two security features that I have interacted with as a consumer of the eCitizen platform, and I think they're amazing features. They're amazing features. Of course, as I mentioned, I would need to maybe check what it is that is going inside their backend, but I'm pretty sure for guys who are handling that amount of data, they have set in measures.
Could they be private owned, or it's a government owned private-public partnership, if you were to view it? I think it's private owned, right?
If I give you an answer, I'd be lying to you. I'd be lying to you.
I think it's private, because there's a conversation on X where Kenyans are asking who owns eCitizen and who is managing, because there's a lot of data, and data is the next lucrative frontier. Datapreneurship, in fact, if they get hold of people's,
But just to give you a bit of information, again, as I mentioned, I can only talk of things that I do know. So what I do know in terms of data and protecting that kind of stuff, we have worked with an insurance agency based in Nairobi, and they have an insurance package coverage called cyber insurance liability. It's an insurance package that when you take it as a business that processes customer data, in case anything goes wrong, this agency steps in to sort you out. So part of the things that could go wrong is you could get sued. Most likely you will get sued. So you're going to incur a lot of financial costs. The court in settling claims, compensating guys who have been affected. So this policy lifts that financial burden from you as a business, and they handle it. Second thing is you need to recover your systems, because then when you've been hacked, you've been compromised. So there's a hole that has been bored into your system. You need to close that hole. So the policy also comes in line with experts who will step in, do an audit, see what happened, where was the loophole.
They do a diagnosis.
Exactly. And they sort you out, they help you fix that, so that next time that is sorted out. So there are a couple of measures that are out here that businesses can actually take to just protect themselves and protect their consumers at the end of the day, as far as security is concerned.
And I think that's very important as well. But then maybe we can plug in the social media part. But before I forget, most of the times we've heard, this website has been hacked. Somebody has shared something that's not, palatable. I think we also saw the DCI's website. It could be weeks ago or months ago. Yeah, somebody hacked into it and they tried to share, things that are not palatable for what a DCI website is used to sharing. So what could have possibly happened at? Because this is a person possibly who had the front end of the access of the website and still the back end. Yeah, yeah. If you were to ascertain what possibly happened there when it was hacked.
So for the DCI, I'm not entirely sure, but I can speak of a website getting hacked.
Yeah. It was actually hacked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So any normal website has 2 points of access that I'm aware of. Maybe there could be more, but I know there is the server, and then there is now the back end part of it. So a hacker can gain access to your server. We call them C panels or H panels. Basically, that's the server that's hosting your website. So if they gain access to that, they control your website. Okay.
So it's possible you're logged out.
By the way, how these things happen. It's not even complicated. It's simply a breach of password.
Yeah.
That's all. Because you see.
Please teach me how to hack the next website very fast.
What happens is,
yeah,
as human beings, we don't want to use the same password in different platforms. So we'll use different passwords if we can. Okay.
Or the same sometimes.
Yes, the same sometimes, but when you get to a platform where it automatically generates a password for you, you opt to use it because you get the feeling that password ni safe, ni kali.
Exactly. It has the hash numbers, numeric, whatnot.
Then once you've done that, the browser that we use give us the ability to save a password. Okay. So now every browser, Chrome, Brave, you name it, it has a repository of your passwords that you've always been saving. Okay. Now, right now, if you give me your PC and you tell me the password to power it on, ikiwaka, that password that you normally put. If I have that password, I have all your passwords. Yes.
So all I need is just accessing that.
Exactly. So let's say, for example, it's a government agency or a government office or a government website. Different employees have different access of different roles within that agency. If I know, if you are the tech director of the agency and I know your password for logging into your PC, what I can do is I can just come in when you're not there, sign into your PC, and then go to your browser, use the same password to access your passwords. If I want to compromise you or compromise the company, I have all the access there. Okay, so what happens is these passwords get leaked. Now this is with human intervention. This is a human being who has walked in and just through that basic knowledge retrieved all your passwords. Now what about bots? What about artificial intelligent bots that have been programmed and designed to breach and break passwords?
So how would you classify that? Is that white hacking or black hacking? Because I understand now people are professional hackers, and actually hacking was a bad thing way back until you learned that yes, there's a positive side of it where you're taught how to navigate through some certain sites, and you must learn these skills. Yeah,
that's black. Yeah,
that's a black hack.
That's a black hack.
Right.
You see, the difference would be one of them is ethical, the other one isn't. One of them is used to strengthen systems. The other one is used to compromise systems.
I think there's an easy way of understanding it here.
So basically, that's how it is. But basically, just protect your passwords.
Have different of them.
Sorry.
Have many.
Have many of them.
But then saving, because you log in onto a site and it says save password, proceed. The thing is, you click on your phone and save it very fast. Because you don't want to forget.
I also save my passwords.
Is there danger in that? Is there risk?
The risk that I've just explained to you. If I can gain access to your PC, I can gain access to your passwords.
What about for a phone? It's my phone. I'm handling it and I'm saving it.
If I can gain access to your phone, I can gain access to your passwords. It's all about access. Protect your access. Look at it as a house. A house. And this goes for websites as well. Websites, systems, devices. Okay, so your business owns a website. Your business owns a social media platform. That social media platform or website, look at it as a house. A house has windows and doors. The more number of windows a house has, the easier it is to break in, because you can just pick a
dogs,
stone,
cats, hens, birds,
exactly,
to, make way. Yeah. All right. Okay.
The more number of doors, that means the more access points into the house.
More entries. Okay.
But that doesn't mean that now have a house with one window and one door. No, build as many windows as you want, and have as many doors as you want, but protect them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
I want us to finalize this conversation by talking about search engine optimization, which is the quickest way to optimize, let's say, a website, and plus encode and include social media platforms and whatnot. Sometimes I'm annoyed by the number of chatbots as well, and these new forms of AI that are cropping up. Kidogo kidogo, this is Zuri, but then I like it. I like it when, for me, I'm still traditional. I want a general response from a person. Hi, my name is Manasseh Adina. Thank you for DMing us. I'm possibly giving you a call at 2. But hey, this is Zuri. Why this optimization and everything with systems of AI?
Yeah. So those are two different things. You've mentioned search engine optimization, and you've mentioned automation. Yeah, they're two different things, in the sense that search engine optimization is simply trying to be visible and be found, be known. Okay, that's search engine optimization. Automation is removing redundancy that requires human intervention. So picture this. A company that hires vehicles, the normal car hires that we do in Nairobi, they have, let's say, 3 branches, maybe one in Ngong, one in Kiambu Road, and maybe one in Thika Road. So that means they have scaled up, okay? That means so many people are calling to ask how much is Toyota Vitz for 2 hours, okay?
Yeah.
You can imagine in a day, somebody has to sit on that phone and simply text, Toyota Vitz is 3,000 shillings per hour, or maybe 3,000 shillings per day, and its fuel is, its consumption is what, 1,300 cc. It's petrol, it's automatic, it's 5-seater. You have to send that message like 1,000 times in a day.
Which is a good thing, because you're employed to do it.
Exactly.
And you're getting a salary.
Exactly.
Right?
But let's look at it this way. How about we get AI systems to handle that redundancy and give that information, and then we leave the human beings to pick calls where somebody has hired a vehicle, they have gotten into a car accident, and they don't know what to do. That person needs empathy, they need emotion, they need support.
Yeah.
AI cannot give that. But a human being on call can be able to respond, calm the customer down, guide them through something. So let's take the repetitive tasks, give them to technology, because technology is there, it can handle it very well. But then now for the sensitive bit of activities that require human intervention, let's leave those now for the human resource, for the employees, for them to come to the office with fresh minds, innovative minds, creative minds, relaxed minds, composed minds, for them to be able to serve customers. Because as we've mentioned, you'd hate to be chatting with a bot.
Yeah.
Exactly. So basically, that's the whole idea behind automation. But when it comes to search engine optimization, what I can say about it is the quickest way to maybe achieve that sort of visibility is look at it in terms of what tools are you using and what content, what value are you giving out there. So there are different search engine optimization tools that exist.
Yeah.
Personally, I've had the opportunity to use one called, this is now for websites.
Yeah.
I've used one called All-in-One SEO, one called Yoast SEO, and one called Rank Math SEO. So out of all those 3 that I've mentioned, the one that I would recommend the most is Rank Math SEO.
That's an optimization tool,
yes,
actually. Yeah.
That's an optimization tool.
Is it being sold? Is it on premium?
There are 2 packages. It's free up to some level.
Right.
And then if you want to proceed beyond that level, you now pay for it. Yeah, so it's good for startups. You don't want to spend a lot of money when you start. So pick up Rank Math, it's free. Use it. It has excellent results, excellent value, excellent experience. Yeah. So if you are trying to figure out search engine optimization, step 1, onboard Rank Math into your website. Step 2, create content. There's no running away from content. Sakwa. You can't run away from content.
Meaning you have to incorporate text, audio, video.
Exactly.
In fact, it's multi-content right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can't run away from creating content. I'll give you an example. We have worked with one of the top law firms in Africa. So they have a base in Africa, and they have an amazing website. It's pretty, it's fast, it's all that, but they're not appearing on search results.
Search engines,
they're not appearing at the top. So when they came
what could be the problem?
Content. Yeah, content.
It's not appealing?
No. You see, when we talk of content, what I mean is, let's say it's a law firm.
Yeah.
I am a customer. I have a legal challenge somewhere, and I need help.
Yeah.
What I'll do is I'll go to Google and search expert lawyers in Kenya. So when I make that search, the only way your website will appear is if you have content that relates to expert lawyer in Kenya. That's the only way you'll appear.
And it should direct you to the link of the website, actually.
Yes.
Or to the website directly.
Yes. So hakuna shortcut. If you want to rank as the top law firm in Kenya, create content that puts you out as a expert top law firm in Kenya.
Yeah.
If
or even visible with other expert lawyers
exactly.
in the same site.
Exactly.
So Manasseh, we have to exit. We are actually overrunning, but I want you to answer these 30 questions. These questions rather in 30 seconds. So you are going to give short answers. So here we go. Number one, our website is slow and is quick. It's slow, but sometimes it's quicker, so it's lagging in short. To load and process infographics, icons, and links. As a web developer, diagnose the issue.
I check the images, the size of the images, format of the images, and the theme, the structure used to build, the technology used to build the website.
Okay. A white hacker has been hired to investigate how much a citizen makes within a minute after user processes documents. What is likely to happen if they get hold of people's data without the database access, keys, and features?
They could probably sell it for their own benefit.
Okay. Lastly, the quickest way to fix or detect a malware in a busy website, how do you do it?
Buy a security plugin or security feature. The one that I know is WordFence Security. It will scan your website for you.
Yeah. So possibly in this instance, you're just getting back to like ascertain what could have gone wrong, who is handling the backend, or who has access to the backend. Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's where data privacy and I think also cybersecurity skills come in. But yeah, we'll leave the conversation to the next guest.
Sure.
Give you details how people can get hold of you, especially your fellow Gen Zs, how they can get to interact with you. This is your camera very fast.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for Gen Zs, I'm on Instagram and TikTok as Manasseh Adina. TikTok is Adina, Instagram is Manasseh Adina. For business owners, you can find me through digitalforafrica.com. That's the website. On email, that's manasseh@digitalforafrica.com.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. Great interacting with you.
Thank you for having me.
So we're going to do this. We're going to take a very short break, and then my co-host Stephanie is coming up with the next conversation, similar, but it will delve deeper into this conversation, just an extension into it on matters cybersecurity at Brian Sakwano1 at Y254 channel at Manasseh Adina, right?
Sure.
So take a break. See you on the other side.